What comes to mind when you hear the word Siberia? A vast, frozen wasteland, a place of exile? Well, prepare to have your mind blown, because today, we're uncovering the real Siberia, and I guarantee it's not what you think. Did you know that Siberia is so massive, it could swallow the entire United States and still have room for most of Europe? Stick around, because that's just the beginning. Let's start with that mind-boggling size. Siberia covers nearly 10% of the Earth's dry land surface, stretching over 13 million square kilometers. That's about 77% of Russia's total territory. It spans from the Ural Mountains in the west all the way to the Pacific Ocean in the east. To put it another way, flying from one end of Siberia to the other is like flying from London to New York and then halfway back again. It's a continent within a country, a place of truly epic proportions. This immense size means it's not just one uniform landscape. It's a mosaic of different environments, from dense forests to sprawling plains and towering mountains. Now, let's talk about the weather. Yes, it gets cold. Famously cold, the village of Oymyakon in Siberia is known as the Pole of Cold, and it holds the record for the lowest temperature ever recorded in an inhabited place, a bone-chilling -71.2 degrees Celsius. That's so cold that your eyelashes can freeze solid in seconds, and tossing a cup of boiling water into the air makes it instantly turn into a cloud of ice crystals. But here's the twist: Siberian summers can be surprisingly hot. In some southern regions, temperatures can soar past 35 degrees Celsius. This extreme temperature range, from scorching hot to unimaginably cold, is one of the defining features of its continental climate. So it's not just a land of eternal winter, it's a land of extremes. Given this vast and often harsh environment, you might think Siberia is just empty land. Think again, Siberia is a treasure chest of natural resources. It's estimated to hold around 85% of Russia's natural gas, 75% of its coal, and a huge portion of its oil, diamonds, and gold. The world's largest nickel-copper-palladium deposits are found here. These resources are the backbone of the Russian economy. Giant industrial cities have sprung up around these extraction sites, creating modern oases in the middle of the wilderness. This immense wealth, however, comes with a great challenge: how to extract and transport it across such a massive and difficult terrain. It's a constant battle between human ingenuity and the raw power of nature. Let's journey back in time. Siberia's history is as deep and complex as its landscape. For centuries, it was home to a diverse array of indigenous peoples, like the Yakuts, Evenks, and Buryats, each with their own unique cultures and traditions. Then came the Russian conquest in the 16th century, led by the Cossack leader Yermak. But perhaps the most infamous chapter of its history is its role as a place of exile. Starting with the Tsars and intensifying under the Soviet Union's Gulag system, millions were sent to Siberian labor camps. This dark past has left an indelible mark on the region's psyche and history. However, it's also a story of resilience, as many of those who were exiled ended up staying, contributing to the diverse cultural fabric of modern Siberia. So, who lives in this immense land today? Well, it's vast. Siberia is sparsely populated, with only about 36 million people. That's fewer people than in California. The culture is a fascinating blend. You have the strong Russian influence, of course, but it's layered on top of the ancient traditions of dozens of indigenous groups. In the Republic of Buryatia, near Lake Baikal, you'll find a vibrant center of Tibetan Buddhism, complete with stunning monasteries. Elsewhere, shamanism is still practiced, connecting people to the spiritual world of the taiga, the vast boreal forest. This mix of Slavic traditions, indigenous beliefs, and even Asian influences makes Siberia a unique cultural crossroads, far from the monolithic image many people have. And that brings us to the people themselves. There's a stereotype of Siberians as being grim and stoic, hardened by the climate. And while they are incredibly resilient and self-sufficient, what often surprises visitors is their incredible warmth and hospitality. If you're invited into a Siberian home, prepare to be treated like family. The table will be laden with food, and the conversation will flow. There's a strong sense of community and mutual support here, born from the necessity of relying on one another to survive the harsh conditions. This generosity and open-heartedness is one of the most memorable aspects of visiting the region. They might not smile at strangers on the street, but once you're welcomed in, their hospitality is second to none. What does a Siberian dinner table look like? The cuisine is hearty, wholesome, and designed to provide energy for the cold climate. One of the most famous dishes is pelmeni, delicious dumplings typically filled with a mix of pork, beef, and lamb. Traditionally, families would make huge batches and store them outside in the freezing cold. You'll also find straganina, a delicacy from the Arctic regions, which consists of raw, thin-shaved frozen fish, often served with a simple salt and pepper dip. Berries like cranberries and cloudberries, foraged from the forest, are used in drinks, jams, and desserts. And of course, there's a strong tradition of preserving and pickling vegetables to last through the long winter. It's comfort food at its finest. Beyond the cities and industrial sites lies an almost unbelievable natural beauty, making Siberia a dream destination for adventure tourism. At its heart is Lake Baikal, the world's oldest and deepest lake. It contains about 20% of the world's unfrozen fresh surface water, more than all the North American Great Lakes combined. In winter, the lake freezes over with crystal clear ice, creating a surreal, otherworldly landscape. Then there's the Altai Mountains, often called the Golden Mountains, a UNESCO World Heritage Site with stunning peaks, alpine meadows, and pristine rivers, perfect for hiking, rafting, and horse riding. For the truly adventurous, there's trekking through the vast taiga or even visiting the volcanoes of the Kamchatka Peninsula. Siberia is one of the last great wildernesses on Earth. What about education and daily life in the cities? Siberia is home to some of Russia's leading scientific and academic centers. Akademgorodok, or academic town, located just outside Novosibirsk, was founded in the 1950s as a hub for Soviet science. Today, it remains a prestigious center for research and education, attracting brilliant minds from all over the country. Cities like Novosibirsk, Krasnoyarsk, and Irkutsk are vibrant, modern hubs with universities, theaters, museums, and bustling social scenes. Young Siberians are just as connected as anyone else, with trendy cafes, lively nightlife, and a thriving arts and music culture. It's a world away from the desolate image many people hold. Finally, what about religion and spirituality? It's incredibly diverse. While Russian Orthodoxy is the dominant faith, especially in the larger cities, it coexists with a rich tapestry of other beliefs. As I mentioned, Buryatia is a major center for Buddhism in Russia. But perhaps most fascinating is the persistence of shamanism among many indigenous communities. For these groups, the natural world is alive with spirits. The shaman acts as an intermediary, communicating with the spirit world to heal the sick, predict the future, and ensure the well-being of the community. These ancient spiritual practices, passed down through generations, offer a profound connection to the land and a completely different worldview from the modern, industrial side of Siberia. So from a land mass that dwarfs entire continents to its boiling hot summers and freezing cold winters. From its immense natural wealth to its complex layered history. From its vibrant modern cities to its ancient spiritual traditions, Siberia is a land of incredible contrasts and untold stories. It's a place that defies easy categorization and constantly challenges your expectations. It's not just a blank space on the map, it's a living, breathing world full of beauty, resilience, and surprise. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to uncover the real Siberia. I hope you found it as fascinating as I do. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the world's most incredible places. Let me know in the comments which fact surprised you the most. Until next time, keep exploring.